Now back to that massive flood damage. Cleanup underway tonight after up to 12 inches of rain dumped across parts of Surry and Yadkin counties overnight. Surry County and Mount Airy even under a state of emergency right now. Take a look at this scene from Yadkin County where crews responded to water rescues this morning. EMS was at Pilot Mountain State Park where people were stranded by rising water from the river. Crews safely reached the person and got them out. Crews, by the way, that got very little sleep because they were helping people all night long. Like this rescue from early this morning. You see that truck down there stuck in the hole carved by the floods? A scary situation that also ended without injury. Crews are still assessing the damage to the roads. They urge you to use caution if you have to drive in the area, especially if you need to get out tonight after dark. For example, this road in Surry County, where the water actually carved through the road, making it really dangerous and impassable. Again, if you go out tonight, drive slow, stay alert, especially on those back county roads. Even over in Mount Airy, crews are trying to clean up the roads. And a video posted to the WFMY News 2 app, you can see the roads covered in mud there. This was taken on Pine Street around 9 this morning. It makes some really slick streets. Fire crews have been trying to blast the mud off with their fire hoses, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Thankfully, no injuries or deaths were reported, but we know multiple businesses were heavily damaged. At least 4 homes were flooded. Surry County leaders say the Public Works building is ruined now and only 2 trucks are operational. After such a scary flood, the area is not seeing that many outages right now, though. Duke Energy reporting just 58 outages in Mount Airy, but nothing else in either Surry or Yadkin County. A good sign in a time of such devastation. Now, neighbors say that this is the worst flooding they have seen since the 1970s. Parts of Surry County north of Mount Airy received radar estimates of around 12 inches, while areas to just the west got around 1 to 2 inches. Let's bring in meteorologist Alex Williams here. Alex, how can there be such a difference in these very close areas?
Yeah, and it's mind-blowing, right? I mean, we're talking a couple inches and then we're talking almost a foot of water, at least radar estimates. Closer to actual truth, still 7 to 8 inches of water. And it comes from where the storms set themselves up. That's impossible for us to predict, by the way. So for folks maybe upset at why we didn't say that this was going to happen, because we didn't know it was going to happen. We know that there's the potential for slow-moving storms dumping tremendous amounts of water outside of them, and that's unfortunately what happened. What we had was a steady stream of moisture with lots of rain with that just fell over several hours. And unfortunately, across high terrain, the high terrain then empties into the valleys, and those valleys fill up with water.
Yeah, last night at 11, we just had 1 flood report, but it changed quickly, Alex.
Yeah, I was staying around working on wrapping things up and sending a note out, and around midnight, that's when we got the flash flood emergency and started getting the reports in of people being stranded in cars, buildings starting to get inundated by flood waters, and so the situation rapidly escalated despite the rain moving out. But it's because it takes a while for that water to filter off the higher terrain where all that heavy rain was, and that bullseye of heavy rain of potentially estimates of around 10 to 11 to 12 inches of water, right? That all empties down into those valleys. And again, those valleys fill up.
Speaking of heavy rain, we got more moving across now. Alex is going to talk about that in a second. But first, more weather-related problems over in Winston-Salem. A tow truck driver tells us at least 3 cars were damaged after a tree fell around 6 a.m. This was over on Silas Creek Parkway. We're still working to find out if anyone was seriously injured here. And right now, South Main Street is closed in Winston after a tree limb fell into the road, bringing down several power poles. This is right at Silas Creek Parkway. There is no timeline right now for when that road will reopen.